Hi everybody, Jeff Williams here with AskJeffWilliams.com. You know, when I'm not working on somebody's car in my shop, believe it or not, I'm building one of these. This is an actual working mine that I built from blueprints that I created from a photograph out of a book. And this actual mine was running and operating back in the 1890s in a little place called Goldfield, Nevada, if you ever heard of it. Anyway, everything in this particular model has been built to scale, and it actually works. So let me give you a little tour of the mine itself. Over here, we've got one of the ore carts that we saw in the photograph. It's actually built to scale. 1 inch equals 1 foot. As you can see, it's sitting in the position that I saw in the photograph next to the ore bin. Now if you look at the rock in here, that is actual gold ore pulled out of one of the mines in Goldfield. It's got a lot of pyrites mixed in with it, but that is the actual gold ore. So it did come from one of the mines. The gold ore sits in one of these things called an ore bin. This is an actual scale model of the one in the photograph. The ore bin holds the gold ore that's pulled up out of the shaft from a hoisting bucket that you see here. The shafts usually run anywhere from 500 feet down to 1,000 feet and sometimes even deeper. In this particular photograph, we saw a second ore cart on the tracks, and so we decided to build 2 of them just to keep it within authenticity. These little ore carts do work, as you can see. All you need is a little 5-inch man to push them around and you got yourself a working mine. Over here, you've got the head frame, which is built exactly the way it is in the photograph, with the bolts holding it together like you would in a real mine. And down over here, where the cable comes, you got the actual hoisting house, built to scale of course, and inside you'll see a hoisting drum with a series of gears and electric motor. Of course we couldn't afford to buy the actual steam engine, so we put electric motor in there. The controls that operate that are back here on the back of the roof. You can see a series of controls that makes the bucket go up and down. And if you like, I'll give you a little demonstration on how it works. But bear in mind, it's a little noisy, okay? All right, the operator in the hoisting house would get a signal. Usually a bell would ring, and then the bucket would come up. And then it would sit in those little hooks and then dump automatically, and then it would come back up, and then back down the shaft it would go. And it was pretty much an automatic function. The hoisting operator usually got paid about $4 to $7 a day to do this, and his job was important because if he hoisted up too far or didn't dump properly, he could destroy the entire work. But anyway, that's what I do in my spare time, for any of you that are curious. And if you have questions about these scale models that I build, just leave a comment on my blog and I'll be sure to get back to you. Till next time, this is Jeff Williams with AskJeffWilliams.com saying thanks for stopping by. See ya.